Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I need to make something very clear because I still think many of you misunderstand what skincare actually is. And let me say this right away, no, I have not become anti-skincare. I still believe there are situations where skincare makes a lot of sense. But you also need to understand this clearly. Skincare is not what fixes your skin problems. It's not what clears your acne or fixes your hyperpigmentation, sagging skin, puffy eyes or even dark circles. It's not what gives you long-term healthy skin. Skincare today is purely cosmetic. It's maintenance. It protects your skin from the sun, yes. It helps clean your face at night when you wash off your sunscreen, makeup or dirt, sure. And of course, it can make your skin look glowy or smooth temporarily, but that's all there is. It's surface level and it doesn't last. Now, how I got this all wrong at first, you may be asking? Well, I'll be honest with you. When I first got into skincare, I didn't even realize this. I thought toners, serums, creams, all of that would change my skin permanently if I would use them consistently. But after a few years, I realized that that wasn't the case. My skin did not change. I completely fell for the marketing and I didn't question it at first. I didn't do my own research about long-term results. I was just reading product claims and some studies without even realizing that most of those studies were funded by the brands themselves or were biased in other ways. And when profit motives are involved, helping people often takes a backseat. So you really have to take them with a grain of salt. And once I started digging deeper, it became clear to me. If you actually want lasting changes in your skin, you have to look beyond skincare. You have to look at what's going on inside your body, what's happening in your environment, because that's where the problem starts and that's where they need to be fixed. So, what are things that really affect your skin? Well, the biggest factor is your diet and your gut health. What you eat impacts everything. Your hormones, inflammation, oil production, and even how well your body detoxes. And if your diet is loaded with toxins, whether from ultra-processed foods like your favorite fast food meal, or even from so-called healthier options like your smoothie or favorite food, your skin will show it, and it's as simple as that. Then there's your environment. The biggest things here are UV exposure and pollution, but also something as simple as the water you shower with. And of course, there's stress. Stress puts extra pressure on your digestive system, throws off your body out of balance, and when that happens, the effects show up on your skin too. And yes, genetics play a role, but let's be honest, they are not the main cause of your skin problems. Most of what we are dealing with today, such as acne, saggy skin, puffy eyes, dark circles, hyperpigmentation, are caused by lifestyle and environment, not your genes. I want to give you an example and I'll start with the acne trap because that's what I fell into pretty hard myself. At first I really believed that acne was this disease we had to fight with products. I thought it was something you could cure from the outside. Honestly, I just googled it and read the usual mainstream advice. I believe what they said, that acne is complicated, that diet and environment don't really matter, and that the causes are still a mystery. But as some of you already know, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I ran my own experiment, tracking every single part of my life over a year. Environmental changes, diet, skincare products, daily photos, everything. And over time I noticed a pattern. My skin wasn't reacting randomly, it was responding to what I was eating, what I was exposed to, and how my body was handling all of it. Now the truth is, the world we live in is full of toxins. The good news is, our body has built-in ways to process and remove them, but it's a complicated system. There are all these pathways constantly working to clear things out. And honestly, that's where things get really tricky. Because when those systems get overwhelmed, that's when problems show up on our skin. But at its core, I realized that acne is a reaction. It's your body reacting to what it's been exposed to. It's not some random disease that you can only fix with creams or medication. And while acne isn't life-threatening, it absolutely affects your mental health. Because let's be real, it doesn't fit into what society calls pretty. And then on top of that, we live in a world where we constantly compare ourselves to influencers and models with perfect looking skin. But what we don't see is that most of those people are wearing makeup, standing in perfect lighting, using filters on their photos. And some of the worst cases are when people only show their skin when it's clear. They'll post talking videos for weeks and then suddenly show a bare skin video when it looks great, giving you the impression that their skin looks like that all the time. But acne isn't the only example of this. There are plenty of other situations where we try to fix things on the surface instead of looking deeper. And one of the most common examples, one I hear people ask about all the time, is puffy eyes, eye bags or dark circles. So let's talk about that too. Puffy eyes, eye bags or dark circles is another area where you may try to treat the symptom instead of the cause. A lot of you try to fix this by applying an eye cream. And yes, an eye cream can help temporarily, especially if you keep it in the fridge first. It cools the area, hydrates it, makes your eyes look fresher for an hour or two. And that's fine if that's what you want. But again, the real cause is almost always something deeper. Puffy eyes, eye bags and dark circles are usually coming from things like food intolerances, allergies or just a sluggish metabolism. If you eat foods your body reacts to, whether that's processed foods with additives and preservatives, or even something that's considered healthy like a fruit that's been sprayed with pesticides, fungicides or post-harvest treatments, or maybe just too many unhealthy fats, your gut gets irritated, your detox process slows down or gets disrupted, and the next morning you wake up with swollen eyes or dark or pale circles under the eyes. And sometimes it's just poor sleep. Maybe what you ate messed with your digestion or blood sugar throughout the night, and that poor sleep shows up the next day on your face. So sure, you can use an eye cream if that makes you feel better for the day. But if you don't want this to keep on happening, you need to clean up your diet and environment. That's how you can stop the problem at the source. So with all that in mind, where does skincare still make sense? Because yes, it still has a place. There's no way around it if you're outside for longer periods, in the midday sun, working outdoors, or when the UV index is high. You absolutely need sunscreen. Otherwise, you will be dealing with pigmentation issues sooner or later. And that's something you definitely want to avoid. But if you're mostly indoors or just outside for short walks to go to school or work, you really don't need to overthink it. Don't stress yourself out about it or apply sunscreen out of habit when it's not really necessary. Just use it when it makes sense, when you're actually exposed to the sun for a meaningful amount of time. And then on the other hand, there's the cleanser. Now cleansers are important too. Even though during my year-long experiment I didn't use one because I wanted to prove that it's not essential. And yes, in a controlled environment where I was living, where I ruled out as many factors as possible and where I wasn't wearing any sunscreen or makeup, I proved that. But when you come home from your normal day of work or school and you've been wearing sunscreen or makeup or maybe even both, of course, you absolutely need to remove it. Leaving that on your face all day long until the next day, that's what causes the skin problems. And it can also lead to other issues like bacterial buildup on your pillowcases. So you definitely want to avoid that from happening. Just remove it properly, take care of your skin, and you'll have peace of mind. But what then about all the other skincare products? Things like toners, serums, or even creams. Let's be honest about those. My take on them is now pretty simple. Like, use them if you like them, like in the sense of if they make your skin feel if your skin feels great afterwards, but don't expect them to give you long-lasting results. In the past, I believed that whenever I would use them consistently, my skin would improve over time. And I think many of you probably still believe that today, because there's so much marketing around these products telling you that. But the truth is, that's just not how it works. What is true is that they can make your skin look better on the surface, more hydrated, smoother, glowier, and if that's something you really enjoy, then by all means use them. But you need to understand that healthy skin has nothing to do with looking hydrated, smooth or glowy according to online beauty standards. Your skin naturally balances itself depending on the environment. Some days it will look what you might call healthy, and on other days it won't, and that's completely normal. The appearance of your skin has nothing to do with the actual health. Keep that in mind and you will be fine. And this really brings me to the bigger picture. I don't want to take away the joy of applying skincare products. If it makes you happy, keep doing it and enjoy the glow. But just shift your perspective. Understand that these products give you cosmetic results. They don't fix what's going on inside your body. They don't give you long-term healing. And that's what I want you to take away from this video. I'll wrap it up right here. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.